Hello and welcome to the Fallen Tree 124. Today I'm going to show you how to caulk without making a mess like a pro. Some of the things we're going to need to do is we're going to need to prep this vanity. I'm actually here replacing this mirror today with a nice lighted mirror. But the caulking on this vanity needed to be replaced and I was asked to do it. So, first thing we're going to need to do is prep the area, which I've got some putty knives, some denatured alcohol, and some rags. We're going to get the area cleaned up for a good adhesive. Next, we're going to need a good quality caulk gun. Get a nice dripless caulk gun. Spend the money, get a nice one. It's going to make all the difference when you go to do this. Second, you're going to need a caulk. I've got two different kinds here. I've got this clear bathroom, kitchen plumbing. This one here, if you look on the back, it's going to tell you it's not paintable. So this is for the joints in the corner, formica to formica. Then here I've got another kitchen and tub one. This one's white, and this one is paintable. This we're going to use along the edge where it gets painted. That way it can get painted back in to make it look like a more seamless joint. Some people will tell you need some paint to make it look neat. I'll show you what they're talking about, but we really don't need that. And then some dish soap in a little dish, and I'll show you what that's for. So the first thing we're going to need to do is prep the surface. I'm going to spray some denatured alcohol, use a scraper, scrape up any of the last remaining caulk. I'd already went through and removed most of it. Then I'm going to take a rag with that same putty knife and kind of clean it up real nice. The better you prep, the better the caulk's going to adhere to the surface. So next, since this is a water cleanup caulk, I'm going to take and add a drop of dish soap into this little container and then mix it with water. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is the way I cut the tube. So a lot of people cut it like that, at an angle. I personally will cut it on the smaller side, and I cut it straight across. So I just got enough coming out that when I stick the tip in, it's creating a nice triangle there. Most caulk, you're going to need to stick something in here to break a seal. This one I don't believe had it, but be aware that sometimes you do need to do that. Now you're going to see a lot of people, they're going to take and caulk with tape. So let me straighten that up a little bit. So they get a nice straight caulk joint. They're going to come through here, and a lot of people I see pull it like that. And then when they come through, and they either with their finger or the tool, they come back, and they got this big glob of caulk on their finger. That's just a waste. It's not something you really want to do. And then when you go, you let it dry a little bit and you pull this off. And if you actually look at it, Sometimes it peels off the paint with it. And this stuff is a low adhesive stuff. But it doesn't make a really nice joint there. You got ridges. So I'm going to show you how to do it without all of that, without wasting all this caulk. I'm going to make a nice, neat joint that doesn't waste material and looks good at the end. Give me a second, let me walk you through the steps. Okay, so both these caulks that I'm using is a water-based cleanup. That's why I use the soap and the water. If you were using like a silicone, you'd want to use like a denatured alcohol or a mineral spirits. But the way I do it is, one, I don't pool like I was showing you. And a lot of people, when they cut that tube at an angle, they're putting that angle in there and then they're pooling it, but they're leaving a bunch. So what I do is I put it just outside of 90 degrees and I'll push as I'm doing it. And this, and I'm watching it. See how it's building up in front? So now I'm letting off the trigger a little bit. And then I'm giving a little bit more when it looks like it's catching up. Nice, smooth, even touch. Caught up a little bit right there. That's all right. But we're pushing through. Not pulling. We're going to push the button. Let me show you what that looks like here. You can see a little bit on the edges, a little bit extra. Sorry about the focus there. But I'll show you how to take care of that in just a second. Nice, clean. Fill the joints. Got a little bit on the edges. A little bit of a... So then I'm going to just take my finger here. Dip it in the water. And I'm going to come back. I got a little bit here. We'll just wipe that off. Come back. Wipe that off. A lot of times I'm going to do the same thing. So all you really need is your finger here. You don't need a special tool. But I've got a little bit on this edge here. I'm just going to come through now with a cloth with a little bit of soapy water. You see, we didn't waste a bunch. We didn't put extra on. And you got a nice clean joint there. I will show you, I do have one spot over here I've got to touch up. See that little hole right there? Little hole right there, we'll touch that up real quick. Wipe off the end of our tube before we put it back in there. Fill in that little hole real quick, go over it, and we're going to continue the same process along the whole thing here. I'm going to use this white latex that's paintable along the edges where it gets painted. It's mildew resistant. So if you're doing a bathroom or something, you want a kitchen and bath, type. The Formica to Formica, like in this area, we're going to use that clear. That one's not a paintable. Again, if you look on the fronts of these and the backs of them, they'll tell you the cleanup. So we're just going to continue this whole back. You kind of get a different angle here. You seeing how I've got it about a 90 degree here. Just slowly push it. See, I'm going towards the corner there. I started about 6 inches out. I'm going to do the same thing, coming back this way. We're going slow enough that we're filling any gaps. See, I didn't overcut it. You just got it the same width as I want this caulk joint to be. Not putting any extra on. Let's face it, guys, this stuff isn't cheap. And you want to make the most out of what you got. So just take it nice. Whoop, got caught up on the sink there. We're going to stop right there for a second. So I got a little bit extra there. And that's where you waste a lot. But for the most part, you're going to see when I come back through this, I'm not going to have too much. We're just going to go nice, light stroke. See, I'm not digging it in there. And that's the main thing. It's a nice light stroke as you do this. So you can push in real hard and you're just going to pull it all out and then you're going to get it all over your hand. And you can see right here how it's a nice, and then it gets real recessed right there. Because I pushed in on it. Got a little hole right here. Again, I pushed in a little bit too hard right here. So we're going to go ahead and refill in that area. And then I'm going to start here, finish this out. Nice light finger. So you can see we got a little bit of residual right there. You're going to take my rag, dip it in the water, real light. So as you can see there, guys, we got a nice caulk joint. We didn't waste a bunch. We didn't have to waste tape. And let me show you the rag here. That's what we got on the rag right now. Just what I wiped off my fingers. I like that big gob I showed you at the beginning. So I'm going to go through, caulk the rest of this. When you do use the clear, like latex, bathroom, the water cleanup, it's going to come out white. And then as it dries, it's going to go clear. If you're using like a silicone, it's going to be clear right from the get-go. But you're going to need to use like a mineral spirits or a denatured alcohol to clean that, any of that. It's not going to be water soluble. Okay, so this is what it looks like all done. Like I said, the clear goes on white as it dries. It will turn clear. Make sure you check to make sure that if you need it to be painted, it's a paintable. And what kind of cleanup you need before you get it. I say the bathroom and kitchen stuff has some mold resistant features. That's what you want to use in a bathroom. If this video helps, click subscribe, like it, share it with a friend. This is just the way I do it. There's 100 different ways to do it, but this keeps the cost down and gives a good quality finish at the end. Till next time, my friends.